Hello, friends. It is Denise from Loving Life at 60ish. And it is Monday night. It's getting a little late, so I don't know if this will end up being loaded up tonight or in the morning. But I am Denise. From Loving Life at 60ish, as I said, and my Etsy shop is fairyrosecottage.etsy.com. For those of you who are new, whether you're just stopping in for the first time or you're a new subscriber, welcome, welcome, welcome. Please know if you are a new subscriber and you mentioned that in a comment and you did not get a response, I apologize for that. And I'm going to work as hard as I can in the next couple of weeks to do some responding to comments as well as just liking and loving some comments. Getting that cleaned up so I can go back to commenting on your comments, replying to your comments, because that is something that I love doing. For those of you who are new or you haven't stopped in for a while, my husband passed away on December 23rd, and I have been struggling with that. But, getting up, getting dressed, moving forward every day, the best I can. And then that was December 23rd. On February 2nd, in January, my mom and my sister came up from Georgia to support me and my kids. My mom really needed to just lay eyes on me and make sure I was as okay as I could be. And they came up to visit. They were going to be here a month. During that time, it was apparent that my mom was not well. I don't believe she was well even before she got here. But it surfaced more and more as the days went by. And she ended up in the ER and ended up subsequently in the ICU. She had pneumonia. And she passed away on February 2nd. And many of you knew my mom, when I was doing my Saturday Night Live videos. She was almost always here and would comment, and I would tease her. She would tease me. You guys called her Mama Perkins or Mama Fran or Mama Fields. She wasn't a Fields, though, by the way, because that's my married name. But my mom was a sassy, fun-loving, gorgeous woman. Beautiful, beautiful white hair, striking blue eyes, and very creative. And it was not supposed to happen. So then, that was February 2nd. On February 8th, my sweet older brother passed away. I haven't told you a lot about his story because it wasn't my story to tell. And it still really isn't, except I want to put a person to the word my brother. He was 5.5 years older than me. No, I'm sorry. He wasn't. He was 2 years older than me. No, Oh my gosh. I'm the youngest. I'm 61. He was 3.5 years older than me, almost 4 years older. His name was Keith. He was and always will be my favorite. He was one of my first ever childhood friends. We had a lot in common and a lot not in common. We both read so much that our spouses didn't always understand our need for books and such, or the need of accumulating a lot of books. Okay, we'll call it like it is. He was an artist, an absolute. He amazed me because I'm an artist in my own way. I know how to sew. I create clothes. I'm a scrapbooker. But he was an artist in the sense of paint and paper and canvas and oils and acrylics, that type. Something that I never was able to really do well. And he has always been one of my most favorite people ever. We had a similar sense of humor, which we always thought we were funny and nobody else did. He had multiple myeloma, and he was diagnosed almost 8 years ago and was given 10 months. And so obviously, he fought hard, and he, in the last year or so, he also got congestive heart failure, and yeah, so he passed away on the 8th of February. So Scott on the 23rd of December, my mom on the 2nd of February, and my brother on February 8th. So there you have it. I mean, I don't even know what else to say, because there really isn't anything to say. People struggle when they see me. Some people have stopped seeing me. And I do take that a little personally, I'll admit, but I'm trying really hard not to, because one loss is a lot, and it's uncomfortable. It's hard on people. I mean, it's hard on the person that's lost someone, but it's hard on their friends and family. 2 losses so close together, a month, just a little over a month. An unexpected loss too. My mom was not expected at all. That gets a little harder for people. Friends and family, acquaintances, people that you don't see very often, but you notice that when you go into the grocery store, they turn and go the other way. And then 3 losses, man, what do you say to someone? And honestly, I don't know. I don't know, because it isn't like an acquaintance is one of those losses, or a coworker, or a friend that you see sometimes. this is 3 major people: my husband, my mom, my brother. And so, I mean, I guess what I'm saying is I get it that people don't know what to say, because honestly, I don't know what to say. I'm angry. I'm very sad. I'm grateful that I loved so strongly and was loved so strongly by these people. I'm lost. And don't get me wrong, I still have really good friends and family, really good friends and family. And so many of you that just keep coming back and rewatching videos to help me with my counts and everything while I've been in and out of being able to be here. And so the handful that don't know what to say or do, or don't, or just too uncomfortable, I just have to be all right with that, right? And the bottom line is I'm not expecting anyone to have words. I mean, I get it. I don't have words. So anyway, oh goodness, if you are new here, I am really sorry. You have come at a very difficult season. My videos have been very sporadic. You know, I start doing them. I think I'm going to be able to get going again. And then poof, something else happens. So I'm not making any promises tonight that I'm here for steady now or anything like that. But I'm going to try very hard, because this is my job. This is my work. And it's my happy place, one of my happy places. And it's fun for me. And I feel good. I feel good doing this, not just the videos, but the creating and all of that. So, you know, one thing I know is my husband has been gone for almost 2 months. And most people would not have had the luxury to not work for 2 months. And I know that. I get that. It has been a struggle. I will admit that the income from my work is missing, greatly missing. And but I've just had to make it okay. And then, of course, honestly, you guys, you did not want me to be doing videos the last few weeks, because you thought I was a puddle just now. I was a big puddle for many, many days. And I also know, you know, it has not even been 2 months since my husband left. And it's going to take, well, I don't think you ever stop grieving, honestly. But it's going to take a long time for me to build my life without him in the day-to-day time of, you know, I believe he's still here with me. I believe he walks with me. I talk with him. He leaves me messages. I've shared some of those with you guys, the heart rocks and the cardinals and such that he and I had talked about. But it hasn't even been 2 months. And so I'm continuing to try to give myself grace, because it's hasn't even been a month since I lost my mom, and it hasn't even been 2 weeks since I lost my brother. So here I am in the raw. This is what you probably are going to get for some time now. I sense that maybe there are times I'll be able to come on and do a video and just not talk about it. And so there maybe won't be any tears or anything. But I still think you're going to see a lot of tears. Now, I'm going to do a savings challenge tonight because my grandson, we were watching a video yesterday. He ended up with a flu. He stayed with me yesterday because it was a big snowstorm. We couldn't have our family Sunday because I wanted everybody off the roads, but he ended up staying with me overnight. And yesterday, late afternoon, he started throwing up, you guys. I have not taken care of a sick child, in a long time. And my daughter said, I don't get it, Mom. What is the universe doing to you? Because I don't want you to have to take care of him. And I said, it's fine. You're not coming out on the road. We'll work it out. Eli was fine being here, but we were up all night, guys. But anyway, before he started feeling sick, we were watching a video, and I said, this woman was going to create something. She was doing a DIY, and 10 minutes in, she had done nothing yet, right? And I said, boy, wow. And Eli goes, I know, it's been 11 minutes and 40 seconds and she hasn't even started yet. And I thought, oh gosh, that is so me. I said, honey, do you know that's what I do in my videos? I end up talking and talking and talking. Anyway, we're at 17:16 and we're going to get started, and I'm going to write that in the notes just in case someone doesn't want to listen to my whole grief, then they can skip over it. I would completely understand. I just think it's all we can do sometimes. Oh, look, I haven't even opened this up yet. I showed it to you guys, but I haven't even started it. Okay. Today is the 17th, President's Day. We are doing yearlies. And I have 1, 25, 26, 27. 127. And we're going to put it into the yearly ones. Wait, that's not 127. It's 128. And see what we can do. Now, Mondays are usually my Magical Monday minis. And honestly, guys, I have not been to the bank in weeks. My lovely bank people, I know them. I've known a lot of them for years, because, you know, we're all from this town. They knew my brother. Some of them knew my mother. I just haven't been able to stop. I just haven't been able to stop and see them yet. So I haven't been to the bank to get any money for any savings challenges. Plus, as I've told you guys before, I'm still not even aware of my budget for my new budget, you know, since my husband passed away. I have not figured out what I have for money that I can save, that I can't save, that I need to save. So I'm just winging it. You know what I mean? Just sort of trying to figure it all out. And what I know is there's no yellow. Oh, there is yellow there. I'm going to put $11 in this for now. Is I have not been to the bank, so I can't do Monday Magical Monday minis. It just is not meant to be right now. I will say, I want to talk about the comments because this is for property taxes, by the way. Our property taxes come every, twice a year. So March, the end of March, and then the end of August. And we already have Marches saved. My husband foresaw that and said, let's put away Marches so that we don't have to worry about it when March comes. And so I do have Marches all ready to pay. And so this is for August. And so about comments, I have been, even though I have not been commenting on them, I have been reading all of your comments. They show up on my iPhone that I have a new comment on a video, and I go in and I read it. I've read every single one of them. I've read all the kind thoughts and prayers and ideas and suggestions and you go girls. I mean, I've read it. I've read them all, and they are so helpful. They really, it's hard to describe, but I feel like I have been surrounded with this amazing love and group of people. And so I appreciate that. So even though I have not replied to most of them now, I am reading them. I am feeling them. I've had to do something interesting. We're going to put in 20 in this one. This is for the generator and the furnace servicing. And they both will come up in the early fall to be done. And so I am going to have this all done because in November I had the generator serviced, and I took it out of our, let's see, it was in November, and we had, for some reason, we had a little extra money that had, I can't remember why. Oh, you know what? I think Scott got birthday money, and I think we paid for the generator service with it. So I am now saving for the fall for both of them. We didn't get our furnace serviced this past year because it was brand new the year before, and they don't necessarily recommend doing that. Oh, there's 2 10s there. So, but I will have it for in the fall, hopefully. I have had to set some boundaries with myself because what I have found is this is for propane, which is for the generator. And we have, knock on wood, been so darn lucky. The generator ran for 36 hours back in November during a storm. And it has not, we have not lost our power since. So that feels really good. I did have it filled. And we had already had money saved aside for it, so we used that. But this will help me with having to fill it the next time. And then this is heating oil, and man, oh man, you guys. Oh, can we talk? Heating oil is crazy. Crazy expensive. So, about boundaries. I've had to set a lot of boundaries about things, and I'm not good with that because still at 60, almost 62 years old, I don't do well with confrontation. So when you set a boundary, you generally are going to have some confrontation. Now, most of these boundaries are boundaries with myself. So there hasn't been any confrontation except with myself. But what I was finding was I got, when Scott passed away, and then when Mom passed away, and then when Keith passed away, I got a lot of private messages, Facebook private messages, and a lot of text. And I'm talking hundreds, guys. And I know I am so very grateful. I will take people's texts and messages and the comments on YouTube, emails. I will take those because they remind me how not alone I am and how blessed I am. And people have great ideas, or they just have thoughts, or they want to share something about Scott or Mom or Keith. And I have loved all of it. However, I have discovered that if I read them in the morning, I'm pretty sappy. I read one and I sob. I try to respond. And here's the thing, you respond and the person that you're responding to responds back. So then you got to respond again, which again, I absolutely love it. I feel like when my private message box and my texts and my emails are empty, I feel so lonely. Okay. But what I found was when I read them first thing in the morning, when I first got up, it set the tone for me. And so I'd be crying, and then I wouldn't get dressed as soon, and I would kind of wallow in things. So I couldn't read or answer them in the mornings. I also found that any time after 5 o'clock at night is not a good time for me to read them or respond to them. Unless I'm reaching out to someone in particular for, comfort or, a particular reason. Like my best friend checks in with me daily, almost daily. And so I do end up responding to hers, my daughter, my son, things like that. So that only leaves the window of time during the day. And I can't read them or answer them when I'm going to be home and not be able to leave the house for the rest of the day. So yesterday, case in point, it snowed and sleeted and freezing rain all day. I did not read anybody's messages or text or emails yesterday. Because if I know that I can get away from my feelings, isn't that terrible? But I'm running away from my feelings for a little bit. So I can have those feelings and talk to people, but then I got to step away from it and take a minute, take a breath. So I had to put these boundaries on myself, and they're pretty strict boundaries. I think I put 10 in there. Did I put 10 in there, guys? I talked and talked. I can't remember. Let's see. I did 11. So 10, 30, 40, 50. So there should be 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Yes. So if you have emailed me, messaged me, commented, please know I read. That's just what I want you to know is I read them. I I'm taking a very long time answering anything. If you've left me a comment and you need an answer, like it was a comment about, you know, a question that you had, please leave it again right down here in this video, and I will look at these comments and double check, because I don't want anyone needing something either, right? This is for the yearly vet bill. So I have 3 pets. They're all geriatrics. They all have issues. And this last vet bill was $650. And so this is for $600, but $650 divided by 3 animals is not bad. So Amazon Prime is done. They took it out back in January, and so I'm going to use this for next year's Amazon Prime. And then Canva is also done. Shopify is coming out in March. Ooh, wow. Yeah, we need to do this one most of all, I think, because the Shopify, I don't even know what to do. I haven't had my shop up on Shopify for 1.5 years now. And I'm still paying for it. It's $363. Look, I'm going to put that whole 50 in. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Because I definitely don't have enough to cover this right now. 40. It comes out of my business account. 45, 50, obviously. But I do need to take a peek and decide what I'm going to do with my Shopify site. It is called All Dressed Up Couture, and it is my children's dress-up clothes site. But I am considering rebranding it and putting all my savings challenges up in it, if I'm going to have it anyway. So that, because as much as I like Etsy, it's always good not to have all of your eggs in one basket, right? Okay, the car registration is for June, which is going to come up sooner than later too, isn't it? We'll put 10 in. I am a transparent sharer in a lot of ways. And so, and I do that because I feel like if there is any way that I can help someone else that's going through this journey, my husband and I felt the same way during the cancer diagnosis and journey. If we could help someone else by sharing what was happening with us, then we wanted to do that. I wonder if there's 15 in there. Oh, these are 10, aren't they? And so I do try to share. I'm an oversharer in some ways. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But it's definitely helpful for me. And I feel like we have helped people along the way. And if my sharing my grief helps someone else see theirs a little clearer, not that I'm seeing mine clear, but you know, like, oh my gosh, she was talking about how angry she feels. You know, I feel that way too, or whatever. I just think that that's a great thing to be able to share. Okay, so we have 7, which is not easy to do, guys, because we don't have any that take 1s. Okay, let's do 5, 6, 7. Well, that's 10. And I'm going to take, because I've got to do this pretty soon anyway, I'm going to take money out. 7, 8, 9, 10. And these are ones that I put in when I finish a savings challenge. It's the thing that Donna, Creativity by Donna. I can't think of it. Sorry, guys. Her name has slipped my mind. But anyway, you guys know her. And she started this thing where you ring the bell if you finish a challenge. So I put mine in a bucket. And I've been, when the bucket gets full, I've been dumping it into here anyway. So I'm going to take 3 ones out of there. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 for Shopify. So I have Eli all day tomorrow. He's still not feeling great. I was supposed to go with my daughter to Portland, and he was going to stay with my son. But my son doesn't want to get what he has, which I don't blame him. And I've already been exposed, so I'm going to have my grandson tomorrow. And, yeah. And so, the next few videos, I'm going to be kind of, I'm going to be doing some savings challenges still. And then I'm also going to do a little bit of organizing. Now, my desk could be organized. There's no doubt about it. But I'm talking about, okay, what savings challenges am I doing? What do I need to add to the list? And ideas of new savings challenges that are going to be happening soon. I hope, guys. I'm having a hard time with creativity, but I do know that in the past, when I've had a creative slump, which has not been anything like this, but for other reasons, whatever it might be, when I start back up again, it all kind of pours out like a lot, and I get a lot done. So I'm just hoping that that's where I'll be in a while. I know I can hear my husband and I can hear my mother going, get to work. You've got to do this. You love this. This will help. My brother, probably not so much, because I hadn't really talked to him a lot about this, because when I started this, Scott got sick. And so I didn't get to see him. I talked to him not every day, but most days by text, but I didn't get to go see him as often. So we didn't spend our time talking about work, obviously, but I know that they want me to get back into the swing of things as best I can. I am not suggesting to anyone that, if you are grieving, that you've got to get going and going and going. I believe that my going is going to be very simplified from what it used to be. I just, and I'll talk a little bit more about that too. Just needing to step back, slow down, spend some time figuring things out, and moving forward at a snail's pace. And I'm not a very patient person sometimes, but I want to be sure that I don't even know how to explain it. I just feel like I'm need to slow down and simplify things and just be. So here I am. I hope I'll see you tomorrow. Depends on how long my grandson is here for. And, but I'm going to try to figure things out budget-wise and get moving again. All right? I will see you real soon. And listen, you can visit fairyrosecottage.etsy.com. There are almost 300 savings challenges there. My shippable ones, most of those are back up again. And as well as well over 200 downloads. So it's not that there isn't any creativity. There's quite a bit there. And yeah, so go ahead and visit and let me know how you're doing down below. I'd love to hear from all of you. And, you know, I'm not expecting you to come up with something to say. You don't have to. Like I said, I don't even know what to say. So let's just do this together and not worry about saying the right thing, because you're here and that's what counts. I love you all. Happy savings. See you real soon. Bye.